There are approximately 153 plays in a typical NFL game, but the plays that stand out most likely turn or win the game. The goal line quarterback sneak, the touchdown pass in the final seconds,
And a dagger!
the walk-off field goal,
The Packers are moving on!
or a game-winning interception return. These climactic occurrences crystallize to become moments in time. Since 1921, the Packers and Bears have played each other more than any other two teams in NFL history. Matter of fact, former Packers Public Relations Director Lee Remmel once termed these two rivals primeval antagonists. On a gray November 5th, 1989, the Packers and Bears met here at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And there was more than rivalry on the line. Both were in contention for the NFC Central Division title, a title the Bears had won the 5 previous seasons.
Not a seat to be had in Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin for the continuation of the longest rivalry in the NFL, and for a change, one that means something today. It's the Chicago Bears against the Green Bay Packers.
You know, we knew that we were going to be competitive. We hadn't beaten the Bears in 8 games, 4 years. They were dominant in the mid-'80s.
But the Packers were determined to set a new trend this afternoon, and it started early.
Mikowski wide open, is put to the air. Touchdown, Green Bay. 24-yard score.
The Packers jumped out to a lead on their opening drive, but the Bears clawed back.
Again, it's Muster, and he's in for the touchdown. And the Chicago Bears have forged in front for the first time this afternoon.
The Bears led 13-7 heading into the fourth quarter, but the Packers' offense was game. They put together a drive deep into Chicago territory, and then disaster struck.
Mikowski loses the ball, fumble, and we may have our first turnover of the game. We do. The Bears have recovered. Ron Rivera makes the recovery for Chicago.
The Bears failed to take advantage, and the Packers once again marched down the field.
When you're 90 yards away, somewhere along there, you've got to have some big plays by somebody. And this is when a good team makes them, they win ball games.
And now he flips it upfield to Fullwood at the 20 to the 25-30, 35-40, 45-50, cuts across 45-40. He cuts into the 30, still on his feet at the 25 and down to the 23. Is that what you meant?
That's the big play we were looking for, Jim.
But once again, the Packers failed to close the deal.
Mikowski in trouble. Intercepted by Rivera. And Ron Rivera makes a critical interception.
2 critical turnovers in the fourth quarter deep in Chicago territory, but the much maligned Green Bay defense never gave up. The unit ranked next to last in yards allowed heading into this game, but they held the Bears scoreless off of both turnovers. Without the unlikely contribution of the Packers D, there is no moment in time. Time was running out for the Packers. Under 5 minutes left. Green Bay football at the Packers' 27-yard line.
Mikowski gets out of trouble, hits Perry Kemp.
On the next play, Mikowski had a pass tipped up into the air. Bears defensive tackle Steve McMichael was there for the interception, but Packers tight end Ed West literally took it away from the future Hall of Famer to sustain the march.
And good plays by Mikowski. Yeah, I'll tell you, Mikowski makes it interesting, no doubt about it. When you can scramble and then hit people on the run out there, that makes it exciting football.
Don was cool. Don was the Marlboro man. Don was the Lone Ranger. Don was Little Joe Cartwright.
Needing a touchdown to tie and an extra point to win, the Packers drove inside the Bears' 10-yard line and faced 4th and inches. They called on Vince Workman, a rookie running back, who thought his day was done.
On that last drive, I wasn't in the game anymore, so I'm sitting on the sideline. I done already untied my shoes. My shoulder pads are unhooked. Willie Pete, the running back coach, called me to go in the game. And I'm looking like, are you serious?
And the handoff. First down, Vince Workman.
I got 3 yards, didn't even try to run anymore. And I just was just get the first down, just get the first down.
You can't really tell that when I took the snap of the ball, one of my linemen stepped on my foot, and when I was going back to hand to him, I was falling. I fell down, you know, and it was luckily that we got the exchange, you know, and he did a great job from there.
A fresh set of downs, but no one in 1989 could get your heart rate going quite like the Cardiac Pack.
Mikowski loses the ball. Packers recover.
The two previous drives, like we said, when I threw an interception and I got fumbled and they recovered, I came to the sideline and Lindy Infante grabbed me by the face mask and he said, hey, keep your head in the game. You're still going to be the hero of the game today.
2 incompletions later, the Packers faced 4th and goal at the Bears' 14-yard line and the game on the line.
I jokingly said, you know, just to kind of break things up, I was like, okay, who wants to make a play? And Sterling, man, with first thing, he's like, right here. And I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Packers down to their last attempt, trailing the Bears 13-7 in the big Central Division battle.
The Magic Man, there is no telling what he could have done had he been able to stay healthy. Had he been able to stay healthy, you may not have ever heard of Brett Favre.
Mikowski throws, touchdown! Sterling Sharp.
I mean, wow, the Magic Man got it done because he was just real smooth with how he scrambled and what he did, and he didn't have a bullet, but he would make the throw.
Things kind of broke down. They didn't play the defense we thought they were going to play. You know, so I just started scrambling, improvising, and I scrambled out to the right. I pump faked one time as I was getting really close to the sideline, and it just opened up a little lane, and, you know, I let it fling.
On that play, Mikowski did everything you coach a quarterback not to do. Don't throw the ball across your body, and don't throw the ball across your body over the middle. But the Magic Man and Sterling Sharp made it work. They hooked up for the game-tying touchdown. Or had they?
But a penalty marker is down.
Mikowski was over the line of scrimmage when he let it go.
Well, the passer is beyond the line of scrimmage, and it's crossing down. What's that?
And the Bears take over.
Celebration ensued on the Bears sideline. The game looked to be over. But wait, there's more.
They're reviewing the tape right now, and you can take a look yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we got to take a look at this.
Upstairs in the press box, replay official Bill Parkinson informed referee Tom Dooley that he would review the call on the field to verify whether the Packers quarterback had crossed the line of scrimmage or not.
It was a 4-minute wait. I mean, I had no idea. I mean, I thought it was a good play. And I remember I was just standing closer to my sideline. I took my helmet off, and Singletary came walking up to me, man, got in my face, said something. And then I was like, hey, it's not over yet, you know.
Check it again now. Remember that 14-yard line is the line of scrimmage because his right foot was on the 15 when he let it go. He approaches the 15. There's the pump fake. Oh, that's a good play. That's a touchdown.
Well, the game will hinge on this call.
Watch this right foot. Clearly on the 15-yard line.
Back in those days, replay rarely overturned the call on the field. In fact, back in the '89 season, only 13% of plays reviewed were reversed. Two bitter rivals, a television audience, and better than 56,000 fans in Lambeau Field were waiting and waiting and waiting.
After further review, we have a reversal. Touchdown.
The place erupted. Lambeau Field just erupted. The players erupted. Everybody went crazy.
The fans cheering and yelling and screaming and hugging and listening to all that. Wow, it was amazing.
After an extra point by Chris Jackie and a final defensive stand, the Packers had won the game by the slimmest of margins.
It was the first time in my athletic career I was crying from tears of joy.
Questions lingered. The debate raged. Did the replay official have enough video evidence to overturn the call on the field? Chicago coach Mike Ditka maintained that had that game been played in Chicago, the call on the field would have been upheld and the Bears would have won.
The replay stinks, but first of all, the people that are in the booth are unqualified. That's all you can say.
Well, the thing
but
here...
replay is not a good thing, which I was in favor of it for a while, but well, it's hard to say. I wouldn't be in favor of it again.
For the Cardiac Pack, it was one of a record 4 one-point victories that season. They won 7 one-score games in a rare winning campaign for Green Bay teams of that era. The Bears never recovered, losing 6 of their last 7 games, including a 40-28 rematch with the Packers in Chicago 6 weeks later. They finished 6-10 in 1989 and missed the playoffs for the first time since 1983. In reality, instant replay was just a moment in time. But what a moment for Majkowski and the Cardiac Pack. That day was magic.
You know, that famous phrase came from that game, after further review, the Bears still,
But you finally, beat the Bears, and we finally, came back and we won. And I made up for his mistakes and didn't let anybody down, didn't let the team down or the fans.
Majkowski with the snap, back with some time, looking, now stepping up, on the run. He's going to have to throw in the end zone. Throw a dime, and touchdown! Sterling Sharp, he caught it, and he threw it in between 2, and what a throw by Majkowski with 32 seconds to go in the game.
That's probably my signature moment as a Packer. It was a cool feeling.